What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez. I'm back with another NBA player prop video for Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. As always, I hope this video finds you doing well and in good spirits. Currently recording this video on Tuesday night. I guess one of the bright spots of having no NBA games on a Tuesday is that the player props drop very early and we can get a head start on our research for the next day. So I have two plays, possibly three, but definitely two plays to share with you today. In addition to that, we will brush up on some injury news in the NBA as well as recap our plays from Monday. So if all that sounds good, stick around, drop a like, sub up, and click the notification icon so that you're notified of all upcoming content and videos just like this one from me and my channel. And without further delay, I tell you what, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Without further delay, let us jump into some injury news in the NBA. All right, injury news looks like this. You see Anthony Davis there in the corner. That's because he's hurt again. He invented a new injury. It's called a hip spasm. Seems as though nobody's heard of this injury. The commentators of the Miami Heat Los Angeles Lakers game on Monday night seemed baffled by this injury. So I guess Anthony Davis has been injured so many times they ran out of injuries for him and he had to make up a new one. So he's inventing new ways to get hurt. So he is currently questionable, which bodes very well for one of our plays that we'll be talking about today. In terms of who we know is already out, we got Booker out, Murray, Rozier, Middleton, Scoot, Ivy, Joe Harris, Amen Thompson, and CJ McCollum. We know Kevin Love is in. Probable, you can see those names there, and then questionable, big ones like Anthony Davis. Be nice to see Bradley Beal finally stood up for his new team, make an impact on his new team. So we'll see what happens there. But there's your injury news, your injury list for Wednesday. Now let's get into our two plays from Monday and recap those results. All right, let's talk about Paul George and his little forehead. Took the over on his 24.5 points and assists. He gave us little effort on Monday, as did the entire Clippers team. They got absolutely waxed by the Knicks. Paul George did absolutely nothing to help us out. Goes well under this 24.5 line. The line could have been 15.5. He wouldn't have hit that shit. So very disappointing, because our next play, Mike Conley, had a good game in terms of the under. We took the under 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he did just that. He went under that line. Even with the overtime period, he wasn't able to creep over that line. So we do go 1-1, which is unfortunate, because man, I thought we were poised for a nice 2-0 day. Really thought Paul George would just give us more than what he did. But 1-1 is better than 0-2. It's better than 0-3, and all that means is for Wednesday we go 2-0. So hopefully these next few plays will help us get there. Without further delay, let us transition into the next couple of slides and start breaking down our plays for Wednesday nights. All right, looking at this picture, he's saying you take the over on my 7.5 rebounds and assists. All right, Tobias Harris, we're gonna take the over. Let's talk about it over on Props.cash. Tobias Harris looks like a new man under this new coaching staff in Philadelphia, finally being used. I just feel like under Doc Rivers, he just wasn't being used properly, and we see that under this new coaching staff under Nick Nurse, Tobias Harris is doing really good things. 3 games straight of double-digit rebounds and assists. -120 odds to go over here. We are getting favorable projections here that's slightly under 9, sitting at about 9 or 8.7. 8.74 rebounds and assists. So closer to 9 than it is to 8, but even a solid 8 rebounds and assists gets us over this line. Pretty fair history versus Boston, so mixed results, but he is averaging versus Boston 6.5 rebounds and assists for a 45% hit rate. Listen, you can't win them all. He's not going over this in every game, and we don't want him to. We just need him to go over this tomorrow. Looking at what he's done versus Boston, there are 5 games that stand out to me, really 3 games that stand out to me right there in the middle, 9, 12, and 9. So we see that when he's on point, he can definitely rip down some boards, dish out some assists. That's exactly what we need him to do. I think 7.5 is a solid number to attack, and the books seem to agree. So fire it up, taking the over 7.5 rebounds and assists for Tobias Harris for our first play. Second play, let's talk about Alperen Sengun, 5.5 assist. All right, in the event that Anthony Davis is out tomorrow, I love this line, but I like it a lot either way. He has gone over this in 4 out of 5 games, and not just gone over it, he's crushed it. And what this tells me is when you see a big man who is racking up assists like this, that means he is heavily involved in the offense, that the coaching staff trusts him with the ball in his hands, and he's smart and he knows how to make plays. So getting good odds on this one, -120 for the over. We just talked about Anthony Davis being out possibly. Let me show you his history versus the Lakers first. So 2 out of the last 3 games facing the Lakers, he's gone over this line. But let me show you what opposing big men have done to the Lakers from that 5 position. We just saw Bam Adebayo dish out 10 assists. Mo Wagner dishes out 2, goes over his line. Jokic goes over his line with 11 assists, 2 assists for Eubanks. And then you have a few names in here that we don't really expect very many assists from, like Goga Bitadze, Wendell Carter Jr., and Yusuf Nurkic. Surprising Sabonis wasn't able to get over this line, but still finished with 5. So look, we got good odds here. We got a Lakers team that is hurting with injuries right now, and we have a big man that can dish and is no stranger to racking up 7, 8, 9 assists. So let's fire it up for Alperen Sengun, taking the over 5.5 assists, and that is going to be our second play. All right, I told you that I have 2 plays for you, maybe 3, definitely 2. All right, we're doing 3. We're doing 3 plays. Let's talk about Marcus Smart, 9.5 rebounds and assists. You see that look he's making? You see that face he's making? It's because we're taking the under on his shit tomorrow night, I should say. And he looks like he's a little mad at us. But let's head over to props.cash and I'll show you why I like the under on his 9.5 rebounds and assists. All right, so I'm taking the under on his 9.5 rebounds and assists because we're getting -130 odds. The book says that this is the way to go. I'm also taking the under on this line because he doesn't get the over. 3 straight games of going under this line. Started off very strong, but look, this is just not the same team, okay? He's not on the Celtics anymore. He's not surrounded by talent, and so the results are going to be different. I know there will be games where he crushes this line, but looking at his matchup right now versus the Miami Heat, not a good one. Not a good one in terms of pace of play. They're not giving up a ton of points, not giving up very many rebounds per game, middle of the road in terms of assists. So I just think this is a very bad matchup for he and the Grizz. If you're interested in seeing what he has done versus Miami in his history, in his career, there you go right now. 40% hit rate going over this line. But do note that all this production was done as a Boston Celtic. He is no longer in Boston. He is not surrounded by that talent. There is no comparison between these 2 teams other than the fact that they play in the NBA. So you can look at this production and it's kind of irrelevant because he's in Memphis now, but that is what he's done versus the Miami Heat over the last 10 games or so. So looking at the odds here, even looking at his projections, adding all this up, it's under 9.5. We're getting a lot of supporting data here for the under, and that's what we're going to do. For our third and final play, we're going under 9.5 rebounds and assists for Marcus Smart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the time you've taken out of your night to check this video out. If you have not done so on your way out, please consider subscribing to the channel as well as dropping a like, clicking that bell. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like on the board as well as your thoughts on these 3 plays that we talked about. Hey, you know what? Consider sharing this video, sharing this channel with somebody if you think it may benefit them in any sort of way. Last but not least, whoever you roll with, my props, your own props, whoever is in your slip, I hope they respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's live stream scheduled for 3 p.m. Be there or be square. Until that live stream, until my next player prop video, Chavez is out.